Alright, first initial build overview for Shockwave Totem Warbringer League Starter, kinda, sorta, technically. This is not what I was planning on League starting this league, it's what I switched to when elemental spells were really bad. And this is what I've been playing for the last couple days, essentially now, like day and a half I guess, kinda, because partway through the first day. But yeah. I have written guide, first bit set up, it's got the basics all covered. I will have that linked, but basically what you need to know, it's a Shockwave Totem build. We have a bunch of other skills that basically make the Shockwave Totems do more damage when they do their totem things. And that's kind of it. So I'm going to grab, just make an easy map to show some gameplay. I just got to T15s recently. Not doing Untainted. What's Savannah? Sure. Kill some monsters, kind of cover the gameplay side of it, and then I'll go over the basics. But essentially what we're doing, we have Shockwave Totem. I can summon 4 of them. They pulse for some damage. But then we also have Fissure skills, 2 of them, which is going to make them pulse the fissures for extra damage. And also Earthquake for Jagged Ground, which does another pulse for damage each time the totems attack. So everything's sourced through the totems, or the totems cause all that sorts of damage. And we have other skills just basically boosting it. So the mapping essentially is throw totems out. You can clear with just totems, great. I can't right now because I haven't upgraded my weapon in a while. But it is possible that you can clear like at least basic trash mobs with just totem if you're particularly strong. Otherwise, you need to use Volcanic Fissure is the best first button to get some extra damage in. Followed by potentially the Earthquake. And I also have Forge Hammer with Infernal Cry, which basically Forge Hammer does the same thing Volcanic Fissure does, it's just a little bit stronger. But can't spam it as much. So if I really need some damage, I could throw the hammer and blow it up like that. And it does that spiral for some more damage. Kind of getting owned because it's a little bit hard to focus on this abyss at the same time. We'll come back for the abyssal depths later. But yeah, so just run around map. Go to monsters, you'll see. These things kind of die from just some totems, but it takes a little bit. I also have not the maximum damage supports on my totem right now. It's more set up for like utility stuff, which I will cover after this. But I mean, that's pretty much all that you do while playing it. Drop totems, you drop your other damage things, and stuff dies. It's not particularly fast. The damage is like decent, but it's not insane. I do have a lot of scaling available for sure still. See how it all pans out. But it's pretty easy to play, at least. Pretty intuitive. And it could scale quite nicely. Ooh. Is that the shrine? I don't know what that was. Almost die. Unfortunately, armor doesn't still do a whole heck of a lot for you when you're mapping. You kind of can just still get owned by mobs. Not really surprising because they didn't do much. They made some new stats for armor applying to elemental damage, which I do have a bit of. Whether it's doing much of anything, I couldn't tell you. But we will get a lot tankier. I can do Giant's Blood eventually and put a shield on if I really want defense. I was thinking about putting on Giant's Blood and dual wielding, but Shockwave Totem doesn't have a dual wield bonus. I don't know if that's intended. They made Shockwave Totem scale off your weapon this patch, which was why I checked this out. But unlike most skills that scale off your weapon, Shockwave Totem doesn't have any dual wield bonus, so if you were to dual wield giant two-handers, you wouldn't gain anything for your Shockwave Totem. Hopefully that was just something they missed and it gets a bonus. Otherwise, I mean, Giant's Blood is almost certainly the way anyway. It's just whether you put a shield on or whether you put on a second two-hander. But as it stands right now, it's probably a shield, which is fine. You can get a lot of defense value out of it. Not the end of the world. Was there a rare mob all the way over there? But you can see, I mean, I'm not going particularly fast, but again, obviously, basically damage is almost entirely based on how good your weapon is. And my weapon's not bad by any means. Don't get me wrong. But it's a weapon I bought basically when I first entered maps. And I'm now at T15s using the same weapon. We can stand to gain a pretty good amount. I'm going to do the whole combo here, but it's not going to matter. Yeah, thing's dead beforehand. Maybe I should have done with the boss. This is what it is. But once I get another better weapon upgrade, that alone should boost the clear and stuff quite nicely, and then it's probably focusing on defense stuff. But yeah, that's how it plays, that's how it looks. We could cover this part of it in the guide. So the guide itself, first draft, right? I just imported my current gear. I don't have like min-maxed gear stuff because I still got to figure all that out. But this is just kind of to get you started and get you going. Answered Call, which is one of the main keystones, or not keystones, notables from the Ascendancy, is bugged right now. Each of my totems is supposed to be summoning an ancestral spirit, which I don't know how good they are, I don't know how useful they are, but it just doesn't work. So we're missing that, which is kind of maybe important. I don't really know, but we're missing some stuff there. Unfortunately, gearing simple, get stats, get res, life, whatever, damage where you can. Yada yada yada. Gem stuff covers the gem prio from left to right, 6-link priorities and all that. Upheaval, I am not using. It is not good as far as I can tell. I did a lot of testing with Volcanic Fissure and Forge Hammer yesterday. The Volcanic Fissure can create 8 different fissures, but if you stack all 8 on a boss and then have your totems detonating them, it only does 1 instance of the damage per like detonate, it would appear. I'm not exactly sure which part of the logic behind it is causing that, but basically you can't really stack lots of different fissures for more damage. It doesn't work that way. Which is why for a single target you want to use Forge Hammer, but then not press Volcanic Fissure, because Forge Hammer's fissures do more damage. But if you followed it up with a fissure from Volcanic Fissure, it might tick the weaker damage instead of the bigger damage. The one thing to like pay attention to. And then I'm running Berserk. I just put it on recently and I'm trying it. I have Vitality 2 in here for 2% life regen. Alternatively, I could put 1% life regen in here. And then there's a new like War banner support that's called like Refraction or something. It gives you armor applies to elemental damage, but it's only while your banner is active. Which is good while your banner's active, but I kind of just wanted... I didn't have enough spirit to do both, so if I wanted to run the banner one, I would have to downgrade the Vitality to a rank 1 Vitality. And I kind of just want the extra regen. And then the passive tree, I just did some work on and got better pathing and stuff. And better utilization of the weapon swap passives. This is slightly higher than my character is right now. I think this is level 90, 91, something like that. My character currently is 85. But, yeah, we're just trying to get defense wherever we can, which is not a ton. Wish there was a little bit better armor, more armor to, like, yoink up. But getting armor stuff, strength equals HP and whatnot. We're going to need a bunch eventually for Giant's Blood. And then just kind of going around for damage. The weapon set 1 is for our totem part. So, like, all the totem nodes are on weapon swap 1. And then this thing that just does fizz damage, which won't scale the fissures because they're fire. And weapon set 2 is for the fissure skill, so it has all the fire damage stuff, and some ancestral boosted things. And yeah, I mean that's I think kind of everything. Again, have the version 1 of guide will be linked. Build's pretty fun. It's like relatively smooth to play, but if you're looking if you just don't want to play Deadeye, basically, you know, maybe give it a shot. It's got a lot of potential, like I said. It has a huge amount of potential if a specific gem exists, which is Overabundance rank 3, which is data mine. It's on PoEDB. It was listed in the item filter post before launch as one of the new gems. There was an Overabundance 3 listed. But if I currently go to look on trade, no results, which means either it doesn't exist or nobody has found it yet. Most likely it doesn't exist because you can't cut it. And I don't think this would be a drop only because it doesn't have a lineage type name. Unfortunately, because if this did exist, instead of giving +1 limit, it doubles your limit. So instead of going from 3 totems to 4, we would go from 3 totems to 6. But with the downside of you curse yourself every time you use a totem. So we would have to scale into some reduced curse effect to like mitigate the curses, which I checked into is possible. Would have been extremely strong if we could do this, but I don't think this gem is in the game, unfortunately. But still, we have a lot of scaling again. Like the Ascendancy fix might help a lot. Better weapon, more levels, probably some other gem stuff. Like I mean, both my Fisher skills are only 4 linked. Yada yada yada. But that's a build. I'm having fun with it. Just kind of taking it slow, vibing, whatever. But yeah, that's all. That's all I got. Hope it's helpful. Hope you liked it. Hope you try it out. Maybe. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See ya.